And of course, this is an opinion show, as you will have known by now. I have a strong opinion. I just don't want to shock people, thinking we've gone from the straight documentary right into the deep end, but here we are. So let's get on with this. There is a plan for the federal government to censor the internet. Sure, they talk about misinformation, but the plan is to censor the internet. The government to decide what is and is not true, what you can and cannot post. Now, of course, they won't go after you. They will just make it effectively impossible for a social media company to keep posting from places where the government does not like. Essentially, think of this as a sort of toddler pester power idea to affect your capacity to read, see and hear things that the government does not approve. And remember, there is a certain side of politics which has used the word misinformation when they are whinging when Australians don't vote the way that they want to. For example, when they went from 60-40 yes to 60-40 no in the Voice.
Misinformation.
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 The misinformation which is there.
Some misinformation.
So last year they came up with a complicated piece of legislation. It was opposed by everyone, from the major television networks through to the ABC, from the Human Rights Commission through to the churches. This thing is very hard to find a friend anywhere, because most people, in their analysis of this, believe the definition of truth is one that shouldn't be held by government. It should be one that is openly contested. Not versions of the truth, not lies that people pretend are the truth, but as we know, there are those who used to say certain things about the planet, certain things about geography, but of course, only once you're able to go and find further information are you able to actually learn new truths. Now, the federal government last year tried to put this in place. They weren't able to get the votes, so they pulled the bill. They came back this year, and this week in the Senate is when the matters will be decided. If not this week, then definitely next week. Well, we have been following the maths, and I am pleased to tell you that at this moment, if everyone holds the line, there will be no ability for the government and the Greens to get together to censor the internet. David Van is a former Liberal Party senator. We know that through scandal he made his way towards the crossbench, which now means he's free to vote whichever way he wishes. But on this one, it will be no.
This bill, as it currently stands, has significant flaws that I will not be supporting.
Now, why does this matter? Because the maths is all that ever matters in politics. It's how many seats that you win, by what margin, does not matter. It's just how many seats that you win. And in the case of the Senate, how many seats that you have. You need 39 seats to get a majority, i.e. to get something passed. If it's 38 each, then the President of the Senate, which comes from the governing party, would make a casting vote. So for 39 votes, that is what Labor and the Greens together want. However, they only get to 36. There's a total of 10 people who sit on the crossbench, ranging from Ralph Babbitt as the United Australia Party, One Nation, Jackie Lambie, the former Jackie Lambie, a multiplicity of people who have left the parties for which they were elected. Tonight, the number of crossbenchers who are going to be voting no is 9, meaning that there is no way right now that they are going to get to 39. Will they have a final vote to determine no and put this bad idea to bed, or will they pull the bill for a second time? I'm talking about it every night because it matters. Free and open society that is able to get its information from as many sources as possible, including sources that are willing to truly challenge power, is the sign of a free society. Government telling you, an adult, what you can and can't see, but more importantly, what you can and can't post, is not a free society. So thank you, David Van, and many others on the crossbench who are holding the line. The one person we have not heard from yet, Lydia Thorpe. But even if she supports it, there still won't be enough votes. Fingers crossed, the vote takes place, the bill dies, and the idea of censoring the internet is put in the bin.